Hello, everybody. Good to see y'all. My hair's a little messy. Been working on this video. Everybody keeps asking, where's Buckin, Saul? What's going on? Well, I'm waiting on parts, but I got the rings in, and then somehow or another the piston got lost in the mail or whatnot. Oh, let me put my phone back in there. It's starting to fall out of the holder. There we go. The piston got lost in the mail, and it finally come in day before yesterday. I don't even know what day it is. Today's Wednesday. It come in Saturday, and I was trying to finish up a few things that I had going on. So I've had a lot of people ask me about doing these pistons here. I've never changed one with the bearing enclosed, so I'm not 100% sure how you're actually supposed to do this. But the piston that we have has two brand new bearings in it, and I know how to put it back in. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take this here piston. We're going to attempt to press it out in my little modified arbor press that I use for pressing pistons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put X's on the side of this thing. I'm marking everything up like this so I can press it off and get it put back together the right way, the same way it come out. So I'm going to press that in there like that, and then we're going to see if we can't press this thing out. So y'all just hold tight, and we'll see whether it comes out or not while we're trying to press the pin out of it. I think the bearing will come out the other side, or it'll break at one, but either way, we've got a new one, so we're not that awful concerned about it. It might take a good bit of force. It did. It busted the bearing, but nevertheless, we got the rod out, and that's what we wanted. We got the pin, we got the rod. I'm not that concerned with the other one. So we got that out. Let me get this cleaned up, and then we'll press it back in. I'll bring you back in a minute. All right. See, I marked the rod so that we put it back in the same order it came out. There's the new piston. It's capped off on the back. The other, and the cap popped off the back, and it fell out with the piston shot. And I ain't trying to save it. I'm just trying to get it done. So we're gonna try to take this and give her a little push back down in there. See if we can get the height set about right. Cause it doesn't need to go all the way, but it needs to go most of the way. And I think that'll probably do it right there. Yep, that gave us a little bit of in play. The piston pins in most of the way. It pressed in there pretty good. I reckon y'all can see that. See the end movement. And it's marked so everything's up toward the top where I had it to start with originally. Now, if I could get all this junk out of the way, because I got everything laid over top of y'all. Y'all hold all that stuff up. Move you over here for a minute. We're going to look at the cylinder. This is the new rings. We got a brand new set of OEM rings. Brand new piston. I cleaned the cylinder up, honed it. Everything looks pretty good. This is a pin-free piston, so it can go in this way, because that would be toward the exhaust, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I think that would be the case. And it fits in there real nice. I think y'all can see that. But what I've been doing, I used the old piston, slide it down in there to check my height on my transfer ports to make sure I got all 6 ports the same height. And they seem to look good. I went in there with a long drill and I opened all 3 of these ports up just a bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. So we got that done. Now what I'm fixing to do is seal up the freeze plugs and drive them back in, because y'all see me drive all them out, and we're going to try to drive them all back in and see if we can't seal it up, and that'll probably be enough for a video for today right now, because I got all kind of stuff going on. Something just came in the mail. I know exactly what it is. That's a chain brake handle for a steel. For a buddy of mine, it broke his chain brake handle. I'm just getting the freeze plugs and we'll drive them back in there if I can get them out. Because I had to put them in a location where I wouldn't lose them. Because y'all know how I am. Say, what? Did you lose it? Of course I lost it. What else would I have done with it? That is not the one. I have to bring this thing down a little bit. We'll use this one. I think this one will do it. Or is it that one? You can't find nothing on the table right now. I could probably drive it in with that one, but I got a feeling it would get stuck. Well, we don't want that. So 6mm would probably do it just fine. We're gonna put a little sealer on these plugs and drive them back in there. That's the best part about the freeze plugs, is you can drive them back in. We'll drive the first one in and go from there. Just trying to drive them in just about as far as they'll go. That looks pretty good. We'll get this thing sealed back up. I'm still waiting on bearings and seals to come in for it. So we got bearings coming, we got seals coming. I've got most of the gaskets, but we have to get a set of reeds too, because I just looked at them and they're shot. But I think Mr. Gray's got a set that I may be able to get off of him, and hopefully within the next week or 2 we'll have all the pieces we need to start putting this thing back together. One other thing I'm not too sure about is the crank bearings that was in it. They weren't the best looking of all, and I got to count them and make sure that I got the right amount of them, because it almost looked like somebody might have put it back together with one missing. But that's all the same. I've got some 250s here. If all else fails, I'll pull a 250 down and get the bearings out of it. We won't let that ruin our party, will we? Get that where I can see it. Yeah. Now, there we go. I don't know what about that stuff laying on the table. Now you can see they're back in there. I doubt y'all could see. I doubt y'all could see up in the transfers, because it washes out so much. But They're opened up. They're opened up. I'm not done grinding on it, but I'm done grinding the depth that I'm going to go and the hole diameter. So that's what we got. We got new pistons, new rings. We got the port timing set where we want it. It all looks good. The rod's on. So we got, see them reeds? See how far they're hanging down? I think I'm actually going to have to resurface the reed. You can see where they've been batting on there. See that discolored ring around where the reed sets? It's actually worn into the aluminum. So I'm probably going to have to take that plate off and resurface it. But we'll get all that done. And we'll see how many videos it takes to get this thing back going. I think everybody's going to like it though. But well, we'll get it done. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you later. Bellhopper out.